When a new federal election is announced, what's your initial reaction? Are you filled with excitement to take part in the democratic process and exercise that sacred right which so many people have fought for throughout history? Or does your heart sink just a little bit at the thought of a perfectly good Saturday being ruined as you battle the gauntlet of volunteers waving how to vote cards in your face? Australia is one of the few democracies to have compulsory voting, and it ensures that we have close to the highest proportional turnout of voters in the world. But despite this democratic and civic engagement, there is a popular view that elections don't really matter. One poll has found that 43% of Australians think it makes little difference which party is in power. Thousands and thousands of young adults aren't even enrolled to vote, despite their legal obligation to do so. Another poll has found that only 60% of Australians and just 42% of young Australians think that democracy is the best political system. So, do elections matter? Does it matter who wins them? Compulsory voting, preferential voting, proportional representation, 3-year terms, do these things matter, and do they shape the nation? Elections Matter is a new book from Monash University Press, and like the name suggests, it argues emphatically that elections do matter. Throughout Australian history, federal elections have presented a diverse set of leaders, a diverse set of policies, and a diverse set of visions for the nation. The outcome of federal elections impacts all of us, even those who aren't engaged in politics. Elections Matter is a collection of essays by top academics, and it looks at 10 federal elections which have shaped the nation, but it's probably not the 10 you're thinking of. Whitlam's iconic victory in 1972, for example, is missing. Instead, Richard Reid examines the one that preceded it. How might our history be different if it was time in 1969? Or 1949 was the year where Robert Menzies began his record-breaking tenure of the Lodge. Bridget Brooklyn explores the question, was perhaps the 1954 election even more significant? Does it matter that Julia Gillard, rather than Tony Abbott, ended up leading the nation after the 2010 hung parliament? Isabel Barrett-Meyering explores this question and asks what that unique result meant for women and for all Australians. The message of this book is that elections are important, even the ones that in retrospect might seem boring or banal. And also, this work suggests it's not only the toppling of governments that matters, sometimes it's the retention of government that is truly nation-shaping. The case studies in here represent a diverse selection of conservative and progressive wins and of opposition triumphs and government retains, and they all illustrate how elections do matter. With a federal election set for this year, well, probably, that's another interesting aspect of our system. We don't know exactly when the next election will be, but we do know there will be one soon. And so now is the perfect time to read why elections matter, even when you think they don't.